Thank you.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Symone Titania, and you are back in the building for another episode of The Indie Seat.
So, yeah, it's only been all these days.
And today we have Dreamshore sitting right here at the Indie Seat, taking us on a very nostalgic ride. What's up, Dreamshore? How you doing?
How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, how's music going for you?
You know, so far so good. As the years progress, you only get better, right?
Absolutely.
As you keep creating.
Yeah, you have music on Bandcamp, right?
Yeah, and pretty much any other digital stream platform you could think of. But, you know, I guess you could say Bandcamp is the one that everyone suggests you go.
So what are a lot of your audience members listening to right now? Like, what's the most played track?
As of now, I would say Reminisce.
Reminisce.
Is one of the singles actually released from the Miami debut album. And it's actually a song that I did with a friend of mine based off of Georgia who wrote the lyrics, and I was able to finally actually complete that track because I've had that track for years and didn't expect for it to go where it's at now.
And so you say that when you finally finished and released it, is it usually a long process for you to finish your music?
Time after time, there's a lot of tracks that you experiment a lot with, and it gives you this idea of whether or not if the timing is correct, or whether or not to release it at this time or when to finish it. Sometimes I always have this feeling of just taking a step back and then coming back to it with fresh ears, even if it means waiting a little bit longer than expected to release a track. But that's just, I guess, my way of doing it.
For sure. And if you can explain your music in one word, what would it be?
Nostalgia.
And if you can define your own genre of music, what would you call it?
You know, synthwave is a common name that people describe some of my songs, but I like to just think of it as indie electronic music with a touch of the past, you know, nostalgia, let's say.
Definitely. Your music sounds very like familiar. Like when I listen to your music, it's just like something that I know I've been listening to for a long time, and it takes me to a place, even when I'm traveling, because I travel a lot, I love to travel. I can be in another state and I'll put your song on and I'll feel like I'm back in Miami. Yeah. It's like you really capture the true essence of Miami, and I'm wondering, why do you rep for Miami so hard? It seems like a lot of your graphics are Miami, your style, just everything. You're from Miami, right?
I was born and raised here, just more on the inland side of it. Okay. You know, like Miami Lakes, Miami Gardens, I mean. And
so do you have anything in the works right now?
Currently, yes. Right now I have several songs completed, another album on the works, just debating about whether or not to release it independently or have a label. I'm still under the debate with that, so only time will tell to see where it goes.
Well, I kind of want to know, what are the pros of being under a label and what are the cons? Do you see any, or are you weighing those right now?
The cons would definitely be the fact that you do lose a lot of your royalties and such. There's a lot of factors when it comes to having a label. In most cases, people rely on a label for funding, and a label that already has a variety of other artists that have already built themselves through that label. So in most cases, it does make sense to go with a label, but in today's age, in my opinion, it does make it better to be independent, only because you know, we have the internet in our pocket of our hand, laptop, computer, whatever. Yeah. And nowadays, I think it's just far more easier to do things solo, even if it requires more work, which it really is. But when you really think about it, you have to really just decide whether or not you want to be the jack of all trades in your own craft, or rely on a team of people, which in most cases makes sense. Yeah. Maybe I'm starting to feel that need for that as the years progress in doing this type of music that I create.
Yeah, absolutely. Being an independent artist is almost like being an entrepreneur, maybe a CEO of your own company, because you're not only being the creative side of your business, but you're thinking about the marketing, you're thinking about the distribution, you're thinking about booking the shows. Do you have a team that's helping you do all of that, or is it all Dreamshore?
Everything except the artwork. I have somebody that who's based off of the Netherlands, Amsterdam, who has been helping me actually create all the artwork since 2018 now. So
Wow.
it's helped me a lot as far as differentiating from releasing music with artwork that honestly I never would have done myself if it wasn't for the help of this guy, Foundation. You should definitely look him up when you have a chance on Instagram.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything else is pretty much me.
Everything else is pretty much you. That's so interesting that artist, that he's from Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the work, it looks like someone from Miami made that work because it embodies everything that's like super Miami.
Yeah.
You know, so what is that experience like collaborating with him? Do you just kind of give him your ideas? Is it basically all from his understanding of what Miami is? How does the artwork look so polished?
Well, I do give him a small description
Okay.
of the ideas that I have in mind, and then he just listens to the music, also looks at a lot of pictures, artwork from other releases from, let's say, the 80s and 90s of Miami. You know, Miami Vice as a TV show that kind of gave us this concept of creating this, you know, tropical environment to the artwork. In general, he just really does everything on his own, so I don't have to give him too much, and he really figures everything out.
Oh, hey, what's up, guys? We are right here at WUUL Studios. This is where we are shooting The Indie Seat. And we want to thank WUUL Studios so much because they are one of our community supporters, and we appreciate all our community supporters. If you're an artist or business looking for a place to shoot anything that you can think of, they can do it, okay? So hit up WUUL Studios. They do hourly rentals, and you can book it right on their website. It's really simple, WUULstudios.com. Thank y'all so much. Again, check out WUUL Studios, and make sure you're checking out The Indie Seat too, all right? All right, y'all. Peace. Thank you. Can we expect any shows in Amsterdam?
Hopefully. I guess, you know, I don't want to say too much, but, you know, only time will tell.
Yeah. We can all ride our bikes, you know, and listen to some
electric scooters
Dreamshore.
or whatever, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
whatever. When you're making your music, what does that process look like? What instruments or what machines are you using?
Everything I do is basically out of a laptop.
Okay.
With a DAW software called Ableton Live. Been using it for years. I have a couple of MIDI controllers, but everything that you use here basically is done directly from a laptop. So I've been doing that for years, and I would say that making music in a laptop obviously doesn't seem like the most fun thing to do, but really it's most efficient for me. So, you know.
Yeah, and we're in a time where things are very efficient, you know, very accessible for a musician. One, to make music, record music, and also market your music too and distribute it.
Yeah.
You know, so when you're in the process of making your music, are you thinking about everything? Are you thinking about what it's going to look like with the album artwork? Are you thinking about what your audience is going to take from it? Do you think about that, or is that always after?
No, I don't think about any of that. I just think about finishing up the tracks and then figuring my way with how I'm going to present it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't consume too much of it. It's more like, you know, whatever comes out, comes out.
And when you're performing, what does that look like?
Well, I have a couple of items that I use. Besides using backing tracks, I do have a synthesizer and a guitar and microphone to basically sing and use a processor to make things a little bit more interesting with the vocals. So
when you are advertising yourself for, let's say, a show or someone books you, are they saying that this is like electronic music, or like how are they marketing you for the show? Because I know that we have a lot of DJs here in Miami, but you're not a DJ.
No.
You are a electronic performer.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about the electronic wave here in Miami? Do you think it's a strong community?
It is, especially now that you have a lot of people that have moved down here. I think there's a lot more variety of people who would be interested in listening to other types of electronic music that they probably would have never heard of if they didn't show up at the right place at the right time to discover it. And nowadays, technology makes it a lot easier to get more ears to discover that.
Definitely. And can you like remember the most memorable, I guess, performance you've ever done here in Miami?
Yeah, I think it was during, if I'm not mistaken, 2018, there was this show. No, actually further than that. This was actually before this project was even developing. I'm not sure if you've ever been to Doral.
Yeah.
There was a place called House of Rock, and it was like a small pub, not really a pub, but it was a venue / bar, and it was starting up at that time. Not sure if it's around now, but it was in I want to say 2014 or 2015 when this happened, and we actually had a full house. You know, we all developed a team of people as far as bands and people that wanted to do something, and you know, it worked, and it was pretty memorable because when you hear the music during that time frame, you could tell I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to create exactly. It was a little too diverse, but you know, it was a good way of just starting things.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you also curate electronic events and concerts, or are you usually just booked to play?
I just normally book. I never really do any bookings of like developing my own show, at least not yet. I mean, that's definitely something I would consider. Just need to take more time into seeing how I'm gonna do it and who I'm gonna do that with, so we'll see.
And when you're performing, do you ever see dancers out there on the floor breaking it down? There was a couple of shows, house parties really, but there was I have a cousin of mine who actually is a break dancer. He's been doing it for years, and he came in for one of my events, and I remember that when we were playing the show, he and his buddies came in just to do like a couple of little, you know, stunts. Windmills,
Yeah. But I don't really have that many dancers really showing up for events. It's just usually just the music.
Cool. Well, I'll show up to the next one, and I'll probably dance. If you can offer a piece of advice to an upcoming electronic performer, what type of advice would you offer them?
Keep making music. Keep trying. Keep practicing. Keep learning. At the same time, Google. There's always a lot of other platforms out there. There's always influencers looking for new music, because nowadays it's no longer about just releasing. It's more about if you could find someone that has a large quantity of a following to push your work even further. So keep trying, don't stop.
That's right. Keep trying, don't stop. And Dreamshore, thank you so much for coming through to the Indie Seat. Again, my name is Symone Titania. Make sure you stay tuned for Dreamshore. He's about to give us a very nostalgic performance. Okay, peace.
Later.
Can you find it, ooh. Find it, ooh. Can you find it, ooh. You're hard to think this through. Look at all we've seen. Look at all we've done. you not believe as we stare into in your heart lies feelings of last night. In time, you'll see you were the one that got away, the one that got away, the one that got away, the one that got away. Look at where we are. Look at all we built. Is it not enough? And as we stare into in your heart lies feelings of last night. In time, you'll see you were the one that got away, the one that got away, the one that got away, the one that got away. Thank you. This is Dreamshore, and you're watching the Indie Seat.
What's up, guys? That's right, it's your girl Symone Titania, and I am in the building today to tell you about our sponsor, Epiphanii. Epiphanii hair and body care products is my go-to, okay? A lot of y'all be reaching out to me about my hair, and I'm gonna tell you straight up, this is what makes me do what I do and be great even on those days that I am waking up for the indie seat and can't be great. I just spray myself with a little ajabu spray. This has a little bit of tea tree, aloe, and everything you need to keep you fresh for your body and your hair. This right here, this is the shea butter, okay? It's ajabu shea butter, and yes, you can use them both together. I use it for my hair and for my body. This is to set my styles when I do my braid outs, my twists, to keep my feet moisturized, if you know what I mean. And this right here, everyone can use. This is a little bit of light and breezy oil, and you could put this on your face. Singers, you can even put this a little bit on your fingers and put it right up in your throat, and it just relaxes you right before your performance. And this is called light and breezy oil. Anyway, I just wanted to come straight to you guys because I get the question all the time, but this is the answer, okay? Epiphanii hair and body care products made right here in Miami, Florida by a beautiful Black woman, okay? And make sure you support EpiphaniiHairandBodyCare.com. Thank you so much for always supporting us, Epiphanii. Peace.